Hello. In this pontification, I'll look at low-powered vampires and characters in general. There's a lot of different games you can set in the world of darkness, and one very interesting one, to my mind, is to set it with very low power characters. Ones who are of the 14th, 15th, or even now the 16th generation, who have one dot in one discipline or one dot in two disciplines, and don't really know about princes, primogen, justicars, or the eternal struggle, or any of the sort of big meta plot. Now, I'm one of the biggest meta plot fans around, but there's still something interesting in diving in so low, so far from it. And what's the advantage of that? Well, in a sense, in Vampire, there's always someone stronger than you, and always someone weaker than you. So it actually doesn't really matter where you position the players between a Methuselah to a ghoul. There will always be someone above you that you cannot beat and someone below you that you can manipulate. Now, of course, the sort of superpower and the sort of fun of there, it looks like sort of let's be the elder, let's be the Methuselah, let's be the antediluvian if you want a really bad game. But it can be just as fun and more realistic to start at a very low level. So, as I say, the dregs of vampiric society, people who are barely above humans, which means that most of their interactions is going to be with other humans. And this can be an excellent campaign, very high humanity, as in very close to the human world. Vampires, recent vampires who know about computers, who still have jobs, who still have workplaces with people they disagree with, who have money problems. And you pit them against normal humans. So they are above, they are sort of demigods. They can punch through things and do aggravated damage with their fangs and manipulate emotions, things that are superpowered in the real world if they existed. And so you get a very different rhythm. You are clearly at the bottom, and yet it feels like you are superpowered in a way that, say, being a vampire prince doesn't, because of the sort of fictional aspect. A low-level vampire is basically a human with superpowers. A high-level vampire is a story, a fiction. So, yes, I recommend trying a few campaigns at the lowest of the low vampires, maybe even ghouls, just so that you can show, yeah, I'm stronger than a human. So there is the fantasy escapism. It's the kind of character who might go into their workplace and devour their boss or dominate their boss. The kind of very low level things that you can fantasize about. And of course, this brings in a lot of real world considerations that are sort of absent. I mean, the elders and the princes and all that, they're supposed to manipulate everyone. It's sort of their job. But if something that is just above human, if they manipulate something, if they move, if they dominate the police officer to escape a parking ticket, is this the start of their slide? If they divert some money from an account to another, again using obfuscate to sneak in and steal the cash or type on the computer, these are basically questions of ethics that connect a lot closer to real humans than these sort of, or most real humans than these sort of issues that a vampire for 50 years, well connected in the city, would have. So yeah, try a few campaigns with very low level vampires or mages. That also works as well, just a little bit above humans. And with the knowledge that there's vast levels above, so you can't stick out. But you might be the king or queen of your small domain. And how you behave as king and queen of your small domain tells you a lot about your character and your personality. Anyway, thanks for listening.